I was saying no cake, for Robin. It's like,
Oh, right.
cake and candles. Like, you really want her blowing all over the fucking cake and then cutting it up. That's a no-no.
That's probably
That's a
going to be
no-no.
a thing of the past. Do you think that will even happen anymore? Will people go
Ooh.
back to blowing their cakes?
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again, or for the very first time.
And we're back with yet another knee-slapping, piss your pants laughing episode of the Chip and Cern Show.
That's it. That's what we do.
You could also laugh your pants, potentially. I don't know.
They could fall off.
I haven't worn pants in quite a while, actually, because it's so fucking
shorts.
hot.
It's
All
hot,
shorts.
and I don't need to go into work. Shorts all the time.
I've been wearing a baseball hat for I feel what is like about 4 months straight. And I actually had to get my ID redone. So I have my driver's license photo or my real ID photo now, my real ID driver's license. I got a fucking COVID haircut. So I don't know when I get pulled over.
This is not you.
Yeah. This
This
me.
guy is
These
unkept.
run unprecedented times.
This
These run
guy's
unprecedented
unkept.
times.
He looks like he just really scraped him off the streets before he took this picture.
I know I look like some sort of addict. Been on the streets for a bit, a little disheveled looking.
I think my last week before the last week of work, I think it was a good solid 4 days of growth in my hair because I jumped in the pool and then went to bed, so it was sticking straight up, so I looked like an insane person.
You're like Einstein when he would have, his look, his signature Einstein look.
Yeah, it was just like that. I walked by the mirror, I was like taking a leak or something.
Scared yourself?
Whoa! I look like a hobo.
Who's that handsome dog?
This is the same shirt I've been wearing for the last 3 days. I'm like,
oh yeah, it's bad when you're like, God, I just feel kind of gross, and you're like, wait, when was the last shower? Oh, it's been 2 days. Okay, I'm gonna go. Need to go wash my balls off.
It is sad when you're like, when you have to do a double take. Like, what? When was the last shower I've had?
What?
Oh.
Dude, my days are like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't. That's why I miss, stuff's anyway. It was fun. The 4th of July.
It was fun.
It was here, and we very responsibly. When I say we, I mean Chip and Cern and their respective families, as well as Statboy Dan and Joe. We got together in a very responsible manner, and we had a little gathering, a small, socially distant gathering.
We did,
or physically distant.
Physically, but the socializing was.
There was high. It was high on so. It was the highest social I've ever done. The most social.
Felt awkward for a while. Didn't know what to do.
And I realized, so Cerny, and it happens to be his wife's birthday on the 4th of July. So she's the last remaining person that was alive when the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. She doesn't even listen, so she's not even going to get these jokes directed at her, but I know they make me laugh. So.
She may have a tingling in the force, and she's like, I think I want to listen to your episode. Okay.
Chip, take it down. Take it down, Chip.
Temporarily.
No, but it was a great time. I was a little scared at first because I punched up the weather for Folsom, and I saw it was going to be about 98 degrees on Saturday. That worried me a little bit. But it ended up being a pretty nice day.
It did. Now, in preparation, I didn't bust them out, but the misters were all hooked up.
Ooh.
So, and then the pool is it's always nice in the pool.
That pool, Cerny, I mean, that is my daughter she changed from her clothes into her swimsuit, and then she went into the pool, and let's just say let's just call that 5:30, being conservative. She didn't get out of the pool until
fireworks time.
8:30.
Yeah.
I mean, not even to. She just can't. We're like, you need to come out and eat food. She would run out, take a bite of the veggie burger, whilst chewing, run back into the pool and get back in. She love it.
It's that pool. So at first, when we first got it, I was like, I don't want to. It wasn't on my priority list. I was but I was outvoted. But now that we got it, especially with this whole lockdown, it is a lifesaver.
You're looking like a fucking straight up genius right now with the pool.
I know. Like I had a crystal ball or something.
And we just realized this was Charlie's first pool swim of the year.
Oh, so it was extra special. Shit.
And your son has like almost seemingly permanent chlorine burns on his.
Yeah, I know.
he wasn't even in the water, but he looked like he just had been swimming, you know. Probably because he's probably just sleeping in the pool pretty much.
All day, every day. And then when he's not, he never wears clothes. I think he's actually, it's just, he walks around in his underwear. That's all he walks around in, which is, he was out front today talking to me on the underwear. I was like,
okay. Yeah.
I said, get away with all you can. If I did that, I'd be fucking arrested.
There would be probably something. No, you know what you would get? Would you probably get a HOA letter?
Yeah, she got one today.
For what? Lighting fireworks off?
No, it was like I left something out there for a few days or some shit. Something that's not there anymore.
Is it?
Oh, and they tried to tell me they were thinking about raising up our rates for an emergency fund just in case of a lawsuit. I was like, oh, way to give me an idea to actually recoup some of my funds.
I need to sue you for 12 times 125 a month to carry the one.
That's emotional damage because I get so mad every time I see it. Well,
have to replace that lockbox you made me break. Now I don't know, Cerny, and tell me if it's just me or if it's you, but I felt that was by far the most responsible and tame that you and I have ever been at a social event.
I think for the whole night, it was probably like 4 beers, which for the whole night.
I mean, we were doing 4 beers before 9 a.m. back in the day.
Oh,
that's a base coat.
Oh yeah, remember that one 4th of July? I'm sure we told it before, but we were drunk by.
It's like 9:30 or 10, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was like 9:30, 10, like noon. We were plastered.
Oh.
We were coming out to noon. We were like just.
Didn't we have a midnight? We just took a midday nap for ourselves. Was it that one with all the fat tires?
Yeah, I think you did. I think I tried to.
I'm good for a nap. I'm good for a drunkard's nap.
On Tony's bed.
Yeah. Okay, I do remember that now. Why did we decide? Yeah, we need to start hanging out at this time. Because why? What else would you do?
Yeah, I think because it was just like because everyone had the day off, so it was just one of those. Oh, well, we have all these beers and they're cold, so why not?
Yeah. And I thought everybody kept to themselves. There wasn't any. I was kind of worried, like, this isn't how it was, but like, let's say Joe didn't take things so seriously, and he'd be like, hug, or or anything. Like, there was none of that. Everyone just kind of kept to themselves, and I thought it was pretty good. I feel very very happy with the safety aspect of it.
All the food was self-contained.
That was also good. Even your condiments for the burgers, which you did a great job on the Beyond Meat burgers that we had, Cerny. Those are great. Good. The buns, as usual, top notch. Top notch buns, Cerny.
Onion buns, those are delicious.
They were actually. I don't know how your beef patties fit on them. Were they almost too big?
The buns?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little big. I think they should go smaller. 4.5 inch. Usually the 4 inch is probably perfect, I think, but that's just me.
I mean, you could save a half an inch of circumference or radius.
When you're doing, however many units, half inch each time. Whew.
But I'm sure
savings.
And then that could be an extra whole bun in there. So then you go, oh, 2 buns extra or something. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to run your business or anything.
Bonus pack. Bonus 2.
Oh, bonus. What if, has there ever been just one bonus? Like 1 extra slice of whole wheat?
There actually has been extra buns before because like they feed him and like, one of them like breaks free and like floats in. And it's like, usually we catch it before he hits the shelf, but it's been known to sneak by.
That's just a little, little come up.
Yeah. Means your day smile on you if you get that.
There you go. Now on those Little Debbie's muffins, I've gotten 1 extra on those. Those are probably higher probability of throwing an extra.
Yeah, because the machine just spits them in there.
And if there's 2 that are like conjoined.
Oh yeah,
they might count that as one.
Conjoined twins sliding in.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, even like mustard and ketchup in its own little thing. I thought that was great.
All the watermelon, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the watermelon was good. Watermelon, it's a good year for watermelon.
Actually, it is a good year.
Everyone had their own drinks. There was no, big dip trays or anything where all these fucking particle moisture droplets are going to be resting.
Yeah, yeah. There was, I was saying no cake, for Robin. It's like,
oh, right.
Cake and candles, like you really want her blowing all over the fucking cake and then cut it up. That's a no-no.
That's probably going to be a thing of the past. Do you think that will even happen anymore? Will people go back to blowing their cakes?
Well, I think, didn't Costco get rid of blowing their cake? I think Costco is getting rid of those sheet cakes.
I can't imagine that's a big revenue driver for them.
Probably not. Usually some people like, sometimes when they do things like this, because I was like, but why would they do that? It's like, they're just looking for a reason. And now, when something like this happens, just like over here, Folsom, remember when we were kids, you could drive over the dam?
Yes.
And they were looking for a reason to close that dam. Then 9/11 hit.
Yep.
Boom, closed.
There you go. Safety. Although it is like the biggest dam in west of the Mississippi or something.
Yeah, someone did say it was like of casualties, it's like top 10 worldwide.
If it got blowed up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that. Anyway, we shouldn't talk about terrorism on this show.
Bring it down. We talk about laugh your pants off. We start talking about terror.
How could you kill the most people? Yeah, I mean, and I feel that the only time I'm reading about Costco sheet cakes is when someone refuses to write, or make a gay cake up or a lesbian cake or something. The most recent one, I think it was Costco. Actually. Someone ordered, I don't think it was in California. If I had to take a guess, probably in one of them southern states.
Georgia or something.
Sister
like that,
fuckers.
Yeah.
They refused to write Black Families Matter on the cake. So they just had, the cake was, like, they showed a picture of the cake, and it was like a red top and had like some white around the side, and then just had balloons. And then where there would be like a happy birthday, Cerny or whatever, it just didn't have anything. And they wanted Black Families Matter because it was for like a Black Lives Matter type of event.
Yeah.
And the cake decorator just said, we don't do this. Like, I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Like, well, guess what? Your fucking job.
Yeah.
So.
You're fired.
Yeah. I think the person ended up did say that they gave him like a $200 gift card and didn't charge him for the cake.
Did they actually eventually they write it or no?
I would think that they would have remade it.
Yeah.
I would have wanted the bigot to write it.
Yeah.
And just watch their hand fucking shake as they're spelling out black, which doesn't have any N's in it. So I think they would have a hard time.
Yeah. And then actually have like the family ordered it, like circled around him and chastising him while he's trying to write.
It's just a shame thing. Just a big shame cake decorating experience.
Have the news all up in their grill while they're doing it. Like, here's the man or woman who didn't want to.
Here's the bigot who didn't want to write Black Lives Matter on a cake. Here's the family that ordered the cake, and they're like booing them and heckling them.
Throwing tomatoes at him.
Yeah.
From the Costco section.
Come on, you skinny white boy, paint that cake.
Here, where's your frozen or your rotten section? Like the produce went rotten.
Oh yeah,
roll it in.
Just rolling the big dumpster from the back, all the throwaway produce.
That would be.
What
great.
would be the worst rotted produce to get hit with?
Oh, I don't know.
A cantaloupe.
A melon of some sort. Yeah, because they stink.
Oh yeah.
Or
some nasty. There's nasty veggies though.
That might. If you think about throwing a fucking melon, that might knock.
Yeah, that'd blow your shoulder out maybe.
Yeah.
It would have to be individual.
Yeah, like a 2-hand soccer throw, like inbound.
An inbound. That's pretty funny, sort of. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the Costco fruits. You have to get like 7 dozen apples at once. Yeah. So it would have to be individual fruit. But I'm trying to think of what would another. Maybe
bad?
Like a big tub of like if they had a cottage cheese or some nasty.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like
a dairy
that.
product. Oh man, that'd be the worst.
Dairy, a busted mayonnaise can or something.
Yeah, or the eggs. Oh, the eggs. You like the eggs?
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. You know what I got from Trader Joe's? I'm like, is this a fucking Trader Joe's just plugging free Trader Joe's plug?
I know.
Where are we here?
Where's our
charity?
Where's our taste? Where's our taste, Trader Joe's?
Come on.
There's a huge line today. I passed by.
They have the 6-pack of the hard-boiled eggs.
Oh.
And they're good, but they're only good for like 2 days because once you open that pack,
no problem.
Like 3 or 4 days after, I went to go in there and I'm like, ooh, these are kind of, and they're out of the shell already too. So it's, the juices and
Yeah.
And I opened it, I was like, ooh, this is just gonna throw this one away.
Yeah.
I had 4 of these 6 or whatever, but
and we already had a pod about we're like, oh, we're pretty fast and loose with the expirations, but
yeah, eggs is not a
no eggs. Mayo,
a dairy, any dairy,
yeah, I'm like,
any dairy stuff. Question. Mayonnaise, I'm not really like seeking that out anywhere either.
I don't think I really eat mayonnaise ever.
Now, I know we just talked about this last episode, but that's kind of funny. It came back. Now, remember Joe, who brings his own fucking 18-rack of Coors Light. Now, I love Joe to death. I don't personally think that he took it super easy. But he also wasn't stumbling around, and he did tell me no when I asked if he wanted a beer, and it wasn't even dark yet, which took me by surprise.
This is true. He was saying, I got to be good. I was like, all right, I'm all for that.
It might be that parenting thing.
Yeah.
I think it kind of clicks sometimes that you're like, I got to take care of a human, and I can't be so fucked up that I'm, inebriated. But
or like you're gonna be hurting in the morning, and the baby don't give a shit. The baby's gonna be up, and
baby doesn't.
You can't rest. You don't get to sleep until noon and like sleep it off and like, oh, I'm all right. Have some, greasy taco or something to
some video cafe.
Yeah. and then
was that
you're alive at 5? You're like you can come back alive around 5 p.m. Like, all right, no, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, ready to run it back again. But Joe did. Remember, he poo-pooed my Coors that I had for a while, but it had just been in the fridge, and he's like, "Oh, that's expired."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Whoa, come on." Let's.
Is it all Coors expired?
Yeah, I know. Since we're talking about water scuzz beer,
which is weird. So this is funny about Joe. Like he like will drink Coors or whatnot, but he also has like snobby beer taste.
Yes, he does. He will
Moonrakers.
go to Moonraker or somewhere and get like a nice double hazy, like a
that's really
craft,
good.
Yeah, really good.
It's like crafty and like where he would say it's like hipster beer or whatever whatever you want to say, but it's really good. But he like, I know he saves it, like he stores it like when he has people over,
right?
Like stashes it away so people don't try to drink it. So I'm like,
interesting.
It's like one of those like what?
Interesting.
He's a man. He's like an onion. He's a man of
many layers. So many layers. Do you think what do you think your best? Do you remember your best hangover meal? Like one that just really just brought you back from the fucking grave. It had got to be. It probably was in San Francisco because I feel that.
Yes,
probably
the
most
Gordo's, the Gordo's burritos.
Oh, so lunch? We didn't even wake up until breakfast, or did you? Everyone slept in. I was probably at the office working.
Yeah, we would meet you at your office for your lunch,
and then we would walk to the burrito place.
Yeah. Your wife would tell you smell like booze still.
Oh my god! How did I not get fired from that job?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
And I swear I am not pumping this up for the show. We would probably be out until 2, just fucking shithoused drunk.
Oh,
ripped up. And then I would literally pass out for a couple hours, and I would have to be at work at like 8:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's on weird. Like 4 something hours of sleep, and I was still fucking wobbling on the way to work. And I would literally just sit there with the worst fucking hangover in the front of the thing with my big mug of Starbucks because it was.
Yeah, you try to work it with the Starbucks.
Yeah,
people worked. Starbucks was inside the same building.
Yep. So the bank and the coffee were in the same thing. So I'd literally just walk across, like you would go talk to somebody else's desk. They would fucking fill me up, and they were cool about it too. Like they weren't charging me for that shit because I was cool with everyone there, But
and then we would wake up and roll in, look like hobos, and then you take your lunch and we'd walk across the street to Gordo's and have those big ass burritos.
They would remember with their burritos, one thing I appreciated, they did the steam, so obviously it helps with the pliability, but then they would put, I hadn't seen this a lot with burritos before, they put like sliced cheeses. They put sliced cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? And then the beans, they had good beans and everything.
It was delicious.
That was.
That's
your go-to kind of like breakfast hangover?
Yeah, because it was nice. It had like
substantial too.
Substantial, yeah. It was kind of greasy too. I'd get like the carne asada or whatever it was, and it was What about you?
I'm a sucker for the breakfast, the eggs and the hash browns with the toast, hot sauce and ketchup all in that shit. Maybe a Bloody Mary, just to help a little bit. But
we did do hair of the dog, like.
Oh yeah.
What was that one time?
What was the worst? Yeah, I'm trying to think.
The worst one. Remember, we got.
It was for a Giants game or something, right? And then we had that.
I forget.
Was it that fat tire thing?
Oh yeah, where we started to like.
I remember.
Oh yeah, that was the worst because we tore it up. And I forget, it was probably a Giants game, but it was, and then we went to that Fat Tire event, and we spent $20, remember? But then they were closing down, so we had to buy 5 beers. Remember, it was $20, and we had to buy 5 beers, and we had to jug them in 20 minutes. And then we were all buzzed, and then we started going again. Oh, that was the worst.
I specifically remember in my head being there. It was in Golden Gate Park, or... Yeah, like Golden Gate Park.
I remember the girl who had like the invisible leash because you had Ari.
Oh, right.
She's like, "Oh, my dog's sniffing your dog's butt." And we turned around and it was just this. No, there's no dog on this invisible leash. We're like, "Oh, okay."
Welcome to San Francisco, everybody. I specifically have this distinct memory in my head about drinking that beer at that, like whatever we were at, and just thinking, "This doesn't even taste good. Why am I doing this?"
Yeah, I remember it's like. Buying the tickets because we'll have a few here and there, like we were gonna space it out.
Right, we thought we'd be there for a couple hours. Yeah,
like I remember getting it all, and they only had at that.
It was like stouts or
the dark
something.
one. Yeah, the dark one, the 1881. I remember that's what it was. I was like,
which I don't even we don't even drink.
No, it was like
I don't even like that one.
And I just remember thinking, I don't want to do this, but I don't want to waste the $20. So I did.
Right, we're so
today, I'd be like, whatever, I lost $20. I guess I will.
Here's how much I've changed. If I open a beer and I don't like it, just dump it down the sink.
I've done. Joe make fun of me, I'm sure, but I've done I opened a beer, drank half of it, and was like, I don't want to finish this, so I'll just put it back in the fridge, and maybe I'll get it later. If I don't, I'll just dump it out. Where you kind of feel kind of full and stuff. I'm like, no, one does that.
Now, do you think that is because we have regularly abused our bodies for 7 years in a row? Or we just kind of, everything, we're a little bit mature. We're dads now. We can't deal with the physical repercussions.
I think that's more what it is, because it's like
above.
I know if I start going hog wild, I know where and plus it's like I don't really feel like being sluggish tomorrow. So
no.
And sometimes I'm like, I'm kind of full. I don't want to tie it off, so I'm just gonna keep it clean.
Keep it clean. We hit the quarantine hard when it first started, every fucking night for probably like 2 months, and then I looked at my wife. I'm like, we gotta time out. We gotta dry up a little bit here. And
I did the same thing. Like quarantine, I was like, I'm not going nowhere. But yeah, I did the same thing.
Every night with dinner, but then it started creeping. It's like, okay, I'll have a beer with dinner, and then it was 3:00 and work's kind of stressful. I'm like,
I did the same thing.
A nice hazy IPA sounds kind of tasty right now.
I'm like, I am getting pissed. Let me just
honey, give me a beer.
That's exactly. It was like started dinner, and like, maybe an after dinner beer, and then I was like, I'm getting kind of stressed, so I'm gonna take the edge off.
You always think that bachelor parties are gonna be the booziest, but we've been to a couple, and we've thrown a couple in our day, certainly.
Yeah.
Tell me if you agree with the statement. I feel that the bachelor parties tend to go way too hard on day one, and then the rest of the days are shot because everyone's way too fucked up.
Yep, you're right. Like
without fail, like, that's what happens
every time. I think it's like batting 1,000 on that one. I think in that case, it's like you go for it because you're like, this is it, party weekend, and then next day you're like,
And especially now that it's kind of if there is a bachelor party, which Joe has the next one coming up.
He does.
It's like I hate using I got a hall pass from the wife, but it's like your kids aren't there, your wife's not there, you're hanging with your buddies. Like this sort of thing doesn't happen very much anymore. So you're taking full fucking advantage of it.
Full advantage, yeah.
Someone's bound to pull out a little J or something that everyone's like, woo, what do we got here? and then Dana's one was the last one that we had, right?
I think so. Yes.
That got pretty boozy. Remember we were gonna start walking home for the casino?
Yeah,
because
then,
the freeway was there.
Because they left us. You, I, and was it
Brad?
Was he there? Brad. It was Brad, I think. Yeah, it was the three of us. Remember, they all hopped in the Uber and they left us. They didn't order us an Uber. Remember, they ordered themselves an Uber, and then
why are we friends with them?
Tony. It was Tony.
Oh, okay. That explains things.
They all got in the Uber. Joe got in there. He was. I'm sure Joe, after what we had pulled with him, he was probably glad to fuck us over.
He said, "Fuck those guys."
Yeah, they go walk. Fuck them. Then we got that guy. He was the gamer guy.
Oh, we were talking about Twitch with them or something, right?
Yeah. Okay. Because Brad was connecting with on the games and stuff.
That's
was
right.
A super gamer.
Yeah. And then, did we go to sleep when we got home, back to the hotel? Or I remember just being super fucking giggly that night.
Yeah. You started trying to wrestle Tony. Yeah. Because he left us. You were pissed. You're like, fuck you guys. Threatening the old ball and chain or whatever
It's a couple 30-year-old men just fucking having a tickling contest with each other in a hotel room with 6 other dudes.
Oh,
nothing wrong with and then that. We actually picked up the drinking pretty good because we went to the basketball game after that, right? The next day.
Oh yeah, we did.
And we hammered beers for a while at that
barbecue place or whatever it was. No,
it was the Irish
right
across from the Golden.
Darts.
Yeah. Right across from Golden One. Joe,
that was actually pretty good.
That was good. We were going to do that. Were we going to try to do that for... Was there another... I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it was my brother. Wait, I went to that bachelor... Wait, you didn't go to that, my brother's bachelor party.
No, I didn't go to your brother's.
That's right. I remember that.
I think you were telling me about it. That's why.
Yeah, it was kind of a...
I think you were telling me the preliminaries.
Kind of a snooze fest, if you ask me, but, it's all right.
It's all right. Not everyone can party like that.
It's, it's okay. No judgment here. No judgment. Well,
no judgment.
Cerny, do you think I mean, obviously, the United States can't get their shit together with the fucking masks because, how much longer is summer canceled? Not at your house.
Yes.
Not at your house.
I'm in the pool, but
there's no
I'm gonna say
no
I don't think we're really gonna see anything realistically until next year.
Yeah, until that vaccine gets here.
Yeah, and the other part is people actually got to get the fucking vaccine. These anti-vaxxers and they're I might hold off because I don't.
I was on Facebook today, which was fucking mistake number one. I've deleted that app and Twitter from my iPhone, but I still will go on Facebook like on my computer. But instead of checking Facebook probably 70 times a day, it's like maybe once.
Mine's maybe once a week. Maybe once.
That's very healthy. That's very healthy.
Twitter the same way because it's like,
oh, Twitter's the worst. It's the fucking worst.
It's just
nothing but hate. So much
and
fucking negative.
It's both. It's a two-sided hit on this one because even the Chip and Cern are pretty far left. I'm gonna say, but there's some people on Twitter that are way too far from me. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, let's, I know everyone's trying to be a fucking shock jock here on Twitter, but let's fucking relax. Everybody.
Yeah. And they act like they're like the village people trying to get the monster in Frankenstein. They're like, the pitchforks come out. You're like, holy shit, that's not even that bad. Come on now.
Right. Is this the battle we want to be choosing? But so I went, I went on there and someone posed the question and said, oh, if they require your kids to wear masks to go back to school, will you send them? Just kind of like a discussion thing. There was nothing tied to it in terms of they were just asking. It had like 45 comments on it. So I went in and I started looking on some of these, and people were like, now this person is up in your sort of neck in the woods, the EDH area, kind of over in the cuts though. And chances are they're a little anti-masking, but that's okay. That would be my initial prejudice. Someone posted a YouTube video, and it just said, masks confirmed toxic for children, in all caps. And then she said, after watching this, I am no mask, hard no for us. And I clicked on this.
On YouTube, right?
Yeah.
.org, .gov.
No, the public.
So anybody could put something on there?
Unfact checked.
Okay. So I just want to make sure.
Cerny, we could pull our pants down and fart into the microphone and put it onto YouTube. So if we could do that.
And they have the titles that says Chip and Cern farts cure cancer.
Boom. Cancer curing and lupus. So I looked at this thing and I started watching this because I was actually just curious. And this guy was like a wannabe Alex Jones with all, he had all the overlays on. He tried to make it look like a news thing.
Shit. Yeah.
So I don't remember how many views it had, but it wasn't like in the millions or anything. And I just checked, because Facebook shows you and then it says the information. So I'm like, okay, so I clicked it and you click it and it kind of opens this other window and it said misleading. And it said something about they tried to test masks or carbon dioxide being released, and they said the tool is impossible. It can't do that, so it's a misleading claim. And I screenshotted it, and I was going to just comment and post and just blow this fucking person, just like throw a grenade and just peace, because it would just, set a fucking fire off. But it's my wife's friend, so I'm not really trying to do that.
Yeah,
but
I have the same
it's just this like
where I see shit, I'm like, I could just really embarrass you, but and you still wouldn't be embarrassed because you'd be like, oh, that's what they want you to believe, or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm like, all right, awesome. Now I'll just not.
Well, you're seeing the things now that they're saying that masks for kids actually hold in carbon dioxide, so kids are getting poisoned. Like they're breathing carbon dioxide into the masks, so they're breathing their own carbon dioxide, and then at some point they will die, or I don't really know what the outcome.
That's a lot of carbon dioxide.
That is I don't even know.
It's like,
that's like a fucking big rig with the hose right to the mask.
Even so, it's like, I think it's what's like 70% of what you breathe in and exhale is nitrogen, and it's like 20% is oxygen.
Cerny,
Like
now
10%
you're
of it.
the science business. It's not. It's a no-fly zone for these people. They're just not. They're not into hearing this facts.
Do you guys have carbonated sodas or carbonated waters? It's carbon dioxide in the bubbles. You know, if you take a breath, potentially dangerous. Potentially dangerous.
Well, I'm wondering because sometimes I drive around and you know what? I don't mind a mask so much. I actually just put it on in my car when I'm by myself. And the other day, I just fucking passed out and I crashed into a telephone pole because all the fucking carbon dioxide.
You know what's the best? I want to see this. But someone was talking about something like this, like they're poisonous or whatever, and then just light up a fucking a cigarette, just burn burn a heater right after they make the claim.
And they're like, hold on. They're like pulling a tourniquet on their arm. They're like shooting up and shit. Like, why don't you just run a rail back? Just speedball that bitch. Just make it all, hold my beer real quick.
Yeah, it's a hold my beer.
And doctors have been operating on patients with masks and nurses, and there's been it's just a rather curious.
So if masks are useless, your next surgery, can your doctor go maskless? How about gloveless? Don't want to scrub up.
Well, it's probably how they get their tattoos. No gloves.
Oh, God,
have you seen those?
Yes,
I send you those every once in a while. The shitty tattoos.
Yeah.
Those are so great. They're on someone's fucking couch. He's got like his old fucking jizz rag T-shirt that he's like wiping over. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my word. Well, it just also, we watched Hamilton. It's on Disney Plus now.
Oh, okay.
You know, that like crazy musical that everyone was paying crazy.
Yeah, everyone was just swooning over.
So, spoiler, but Hamilton's son got shot in a duel. And
Why his son?
Someone was talking shit about his dad. So the son went to go make him pay.
Is it about Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah.
Okay. I know he gets shot by Aaron Burr.
Yes. But also his son got shot before that.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that
from
him...
I was getting sidetracked on that.
I mean, I'm glad you didn't go any further because that exhausted my history knowledge.
Okay.
But basically, from where he was shot to taking him to the hospital, he got an infection. And I would look to my wife, I'm like, you know how fucking dirty you must be if you just get infected on traveling to the thing? Like, how dirty everything? Like
en route.
Yeah.
Sets in. By the time you're at the hospital, you have gangrene.
That's what it seemed like it was. And I was like, oh, man, it's fucking dirty. What do they put?
Or how long did it take to get there? Fuck.
Yeah, 10 years? Anyway. Well, hopefully everyone had a nice, safe, and we'll see safe 4th of July, and I'm sure in 2 weeks we'll see quite the spike in coronavirus positive tests from Florida. But, you can't help Florida at this point. How do we remember like Looney Tunes when Bugs or Daffy Duck would like chisel off a country and it would just float off? How do we do that to Florida? Yeah, and just as like its own little thing. We don't have to worry about them and help them all the time. Just let them be stupid.
I don't know. You know what? That would be the forget the next invention in reusable energy. Let's get to working on chiseling out the problems. Let them float away like a self-contained.
Yeah. Let's take out the bad puzzle pieces of the puzzle that is the United States of America.
Then we'll go back to
I'll make it easy.
Renewable energy.
I'll make it easy. You just take the sides of the puzzle off, you throw away the middle, and you put the two sides together. You got the left coast and the east coast. Boom. You're good. The country
the northeast.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point, too. Well, we've gone on far too long. I don't know who. But we covered a variety of topics. I am curious what everyone's favorite hangover food /cure is.
What is your go-to? Yeah, everyone has a go-to. If you don't, get drunk and then go find one. And let us know.
Do some on-the-job testing. And yeah, still nothing from John Boy Media, Cerny?
Chip and Cern Show at gmail.com has been silent from John Boy.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a problem with Gmail. Maybe they're not routing the emails through.
Maybe we went to our spam. Maybe I'll check the spam.
Oh, check the spam. That's a good call. Or Gmail got the wires crossed on that one, maybe. Well, until next time, be sure to wear a mask, wash your hands and all your genitals and all that good stuff. Socially distant, no handshaking, no elephant walks, no reach arounds.
No human centipedes.
I would say especially no human centipedes, Cerny. That is a good. Thank you. That is a good amendment to this bill.
PSA right there.
That's a good PSA. Fucking mark that one. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.